winners of 500 pesos. Okay po, congratulations po sa lahat ng winners natin, okay? I just wish to remind everybody, pauna pa lang po yan. So, yung mga naka-login, okay, huwag kayong aalis, you stay there, you stay put, watch, learn, and get a chance to win prizes. Again, congratulations po to all our winners at dun sa mga hindi pa napupulot, huwag po kayong mawala ng pag-asa. Good luck po sa inyo. Alam niyo sa Q Dynamics, okay? Sa Q Dynamics, one of the things that makes me feel very, very proud of being a part of this company, ang heart and soul ng buong kampanya, we strive to give you the best and only the best. Okay? Pag hindi yan maganda sa paningin namin, pag hindi yan magaling o hindi yan maayos sa paningin namin, hindi pakakarating sa inyo, hindi namin ipakakabot sa inyo. True to that guideline, okay, kung ginawa namin itong intensive product training na to, we wanted to give you somebody who can talk about the products, who is like very, very credible at talagang paniniwalaan ninyo. Okay, our guest speaker for today is somebody that we would be very, very proud of. He is actually a practitioner of regenerative medicine and cosmetic surgery. Okay, he is currently a member of TERMIS. That's Tissue Engineering Regenerative Medicine International Society, and practicing stem cell therapy using ADSCs, okay? He was trained under ADSTEM and did a clinical observership at the Massachusetts General Hospital Stem Cell Research Division, okay? So internationally acclaimed din po ang ating guest speaker. He is also the president and CEO of the Royal British Medical Center chain of clinics in Pampanga. After his training in aesthetic surgery, he continued to get his postdoctorate training from Harvard Medical School and finished his pre-MBA at Harvard Business School. Paglaki ko, gagayahin ko sa mag-Harvard din ako. Opo, may ilalaki pa ako. Okay? He is currently one of the board of trustees of the Philippine Academy of Aesthetic Surgery, voted and re-elected for 6 consecutive years. Okay? He is a fellow of the International College of Surgeons, International Academy of Medical Specialists, U.S. National Institute of Health, Philippine Academy of Aesthetic Surgery, and napakahaba ng credentials ni Doc, ang galing. And the Philippine Academy of Aesthetic and Age Management Medicine. He is also a philanthropist and currently one of the board of trustees of the Ben Tan Foundation. Okay? He is also the president of the Rotary Club of Clark Centennial, which provides services to indigent kids. Okay? So our guest speaker, with all that credentials, you already know. he is one of the best that we could ever offer you. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, okay, Dr. Erwin Brian Tan.
Hi, thank you, Darlene. Okay, so for today, I will be the one discussing the products that we have for this afternoon. So we're gonna start with the Miramin Q Plus. Okay, so Miramin Q Plus is actually a combination of vitamin C and minerals, and it is a food supplement. It comes in a drop form. So it has different kinds of minerals that increase the immune system, no? So pinapalakas yung katawan, no? And then it has detoxifiers. And later we're going to discuss one by one yung mga ingredients. Why they do all of the following, no? And just as a side note, when I was looking at the products, Miramin Q Plus is actually one of the best combination na naisip. No? I'm actually admiring the way it was formulated. No? And later I'll discuss one by one the ingredients. Okay. So it actually functions as a detoxifier, and it also makes the immune system strong. No? And we're going to discuss the reasons. Okay, so we'll start off. Next slide, please. Ayan. So, just in case that you have any questions, Vitamin Q Plus is actually registered both with the FDA of Ghana, Africa, and also FDA in the Philippines. Now, you might be asking, why did we emphasize the FDA in Ghana, Africa? No? Particularly because it's actually a big deal in Ghana, Africa. One of the ingredients of Vitamin Q. So, I will explain to you later why. No? So to answer, para malaman natin what is inside the Miramin Q Plus, it has the following: fulvic acid, zeolite, calcium montmorillonite, and vitamin C. Okay. So we start off with calcium montmorillonite. Calcium montmorillonite was actually discovered in the 1800s in France, in the Mount Morillon. That was the place where it was discovered. It was actually a combination of different minerals that they found, and later on, it had a lot of practical uses, commercial and also in the health industry. Okay? It is currently categorized as generally accepted or recognized as safe from the US FDA. And it is also similar to the one that you hear about when you say bentonite. No, bentonite is actually mostly montmorillonite. Okay, so that's the active ingredient. So it acts in actually two ways, which is the first one is it acts as a mineral warehouse, which means that puno siya ng mga minerals na kailangan natin. And why do we have to have the mineral warehouse? I mean, you might be saying, kumakain naman tayo, no? But why do we need to have additional minerals? Because basically, way back when we were actually eating fruits and vegetables, kompleto yan. I mean, the fruits and the vegetables complete yan with minerals and the vitamins that we have. But later on, as we were commercializing everything, ang nangyari was they would just prioritize the NPK, the nitrogen, phosphorus, and the potassium. Those three things by itself will actually make the plant grow. But deficient sila nung other trace minerals natin. So we need to really supplement ourselves. No? And if kaya nyong maghanap ng mga products, ng mga vegetables, ng mga fruits natin, that would actually be containing all of this, which is usually mahanap nyo na lang yan in the wild sa mga taas sa mga bundok na hindi pa napupuntahan. If you can, then actually you will be having those minerals and those vitamins. But if you cannot, then this would be a good addition to your supplementation. No? So it is also a toxin magnet. No? That's the other function that it has. I will tell you later how it acts as a toxin magnet and why it's important for your health. Okay. Okay. So to start off, no, calcium mormorelionite is actually a containing, it has macro minerals and your micro trace minerals. No? Your macro minerals would be your sodium, potassium, calcium chloride, magnesium, phosphorus, all of those ones that we need on a day-to-day basis. And it also has your micro and trace minerals. Yun yung mga minerals na kailangan natin sila. Pero hindi naman gano'ng karami, pero kailangan pa rin sila. Na mayroong mga ginagawa yung katawan na kapag nagkulang itong mga to, nagkaka-problem tayo. So we don't have to discuss each one, all of those, mga micro and trace minerals. But believe me, they're really packed. No? Marami talagang marami. Kompleto siya. So as for the role of being a toxin magnet, no, we have a word there. I added it. It says adsorber. No, when we say adsorber, you might be saying baka typographical, baka absorber. No, there's a difference between absorber and an adsorber. No, when we say absorber, it's like a sponge. No, so yung sponge natin, when you get squeeze it, you put water, i-absorb niya, papasok sa kanya. No, when you say adsorber, it is mostly going to the surface of the substance. No. So this one is actually an adsorber. Dumidikit sa kanya yung mga toxins. Why? Because it is negatively charged. So why we're saying, ano kinalaman ng negative charge? Most toxins are positively charged. They are positive ions. So positive and negative would usually attract each other and creating the detoxification. So Mount morelionite is actually not really absorbed in the body. So it stays in the GIT. Tapos didikit yan sa mga toxins in the food, in the water, and what it does is it just takes them out of the body. Okay. So specifically speaking, sabi nga niya, it neutralizes toxins like aflatoxin. No. So you might be saying, di naman ako kumakain ng aflatoxin. No. So maybe if I would ask you, kumakain ba kayo ng corn? No? Or kumakain ba kayo ng mga peanuts? Aflatoxin is actually a mold that is actually found in some corn and peanut that eventually causes in higher concentrations, it causes liver cancer. So that is your aflatoxin. What happens is when you take in the supplement, it binds with the aflatoxin. So instead of it being absorbed in your body and harming your liver, it basically takes it out of your system. Now we go back to the FDA in Ghana, Africa. Okay. There's a lot of cases way back in Ghana, Africa that they had cases of aflatoxin poisoning. So in mild cases, they actually have stunted growth. No, their immune system is really, really low. And then sa kanila is, makita mo talaga, super weak yung mga bata. And with that one, for 5 years old and below, there's a high mortality rate. Maraming namamatay sa kanila in their area. So what did they do? Eventually, they found out that it was the aflatoxin that was causing the problem. So they said, but how can we take out the aflatoxin? No? Kasi hindi lang siya eh. If someone here actually eats chicken and anything, yung mga kumakain, any animals, livestock that are eating, pinapakain natin ng mga corn, they also have aflatoxin. Because this one basically seeps into the feeds. And kapag kinain natin sila, we have what we call bioaccumulation. Bioaccumulation is na-accumulate sa katawan ng isang tao, no? Yung mga toxins. So same as with animals. If the chicken would actually eat your corn, what will happen is the chicken accumulates the aflatoxin sa buong buhay niya, and then super concentrated na siya, and what do? We eat the chicken, right? Tapos kumain ka pa ng chicken with your corn, di ba? So parang double na yan. So now for other people that would say, oh sige, vegetarian ako, but I don't really eat chicken. No? Maybe you also eat rice, right? So most Filipinos would actually be eating rice. And in rice, contrary to what we know, we actually have a substance called arsenic. No? Arsenic is also a poison by itself. In high dosages, it actually kills. So when you actually look at the rice, every day that we are eating rice, we're slowly killing ourselves, making our life shorter. No? So I'll give you a few seconds to think about that, okay? Every day that you think that you're eating and making yourself strong, you're basically also slowly killing yourself because of the arsenic in your rice. Okay? So, what do you do? I mean, how can you stop that? No? Actually, a lot of people know about that in the scientific field. That's why they try to create machines, nagtatry sila mag-invent ng way on how to reduce the arsenic in the rice. However, the good thing about your calcium montmorillonite is that when you add it in your diet, it actually absorbs also the arsenic in your food. No? So thereby cleaning out the food, taking out the toxins. So that's why I said this is very important if you're eating corn, chicken, rice, no? And I think almost every one of us are actually doing that. So that's the role of this one. When you add it in your diet, you basically bind with it the toxins at ilalabas niya. Instead of it being absorbed, lalabas niya. Okay? So it will clean the digestive tract. Okay? And then the other one, no. Pag minsan kasi, if I will be asked, ano mas gusto kong ingredient? Si montmorillonite or si fulvic acid? Mahirap pag mamili. No, like say some people, they actually have fulvic acid supplements. Some of them, they have the montmorillonite. And yet, this one, kagandahan ng product is dahil hindi makapili, pinagsama na. Okay? So we'll discuss fulvic acid. And I will also show you why it's actually equally as good. It is actually called the intelligent molecule. It actually carries vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. And intelligent siya because it will put the vitamins and the minerals exactly where it's needed. If you have too much already, then it will not give it. No, ano lang niya. It basically, some people are saying, how does that happen? How does this molecule know? No? If you have one thing that you have to understand that fulvic acid is actually coming from nature. No? Hindi siya synthesized. No? Fulvic acid is actually a byproduct of degradation of your plants, your mga animals. For example, may mga halaman, dagubat, no? Tapos natumba yan. And then, it is actually slowly na nalulusaw yan. No? One of the component that comes out is your fulvic acid. When fulvic acid was actually discovered, they found out yung marami pala siyang minerals na naisasama, no? And also, it also has a lot of benefits, especially for the immune system. Okay? So we'll discuss the reason why. No? So when you have your minerals, you have your fulvic acid, when you combine the two of them, you have what we call a bioactive mineral complex. No? Now, there's so many synthetic things that we can find, no? So many supplements, so many medications that we have in the market. However, when you're dealing with something that is actually from nature itself, no, mas stronger. No? And then sometimes sasabihin nila, yung naman mga synthetic natin na materials, created yan by the scientists, di ba? In the laboratory, so magagaling yung mga yan. So, as far as the fulvic acid, it comes from nature. So, it was actually created by God to actually give us nourishment. So, I think for me, no, God is mas matalino yan kaysa the scientists that we have. Okay? So, and because of that, it now acts as an immune booster. Okay? Why? Because it improves the gut health and the overall immune function. Okay? So now you're saying, anong kinalaman ng gut natin? So, the gut natin is actually the gastrointestinal tract. from the mouth hanggang ilalabas natin. No, that's your gastrointestinal tract. It's actually around 28 feet in total. Okay? So from the whole thing, when we talk about the gut health, we are actually talking about the microorganisms in our body. No? So the action of fulvic acid is that it actually gets these nutrients, puts them in the body, and then eventually the immune system starts working. Okay? So fulvic acid, even if you spend 1 day, 2 days actually looking it up, you're gonna see that it has a lot of benefits. No? Unfortunately, it's too short. Kulang yung time natin ngayon to discuss all of that. No? But if ever, for example, you want to take my word for it, it's really, really good. Okay. The zeolite, no? That's our third ingredient. Zeolite actually is also an adsorber. No? It is a detoxifier. So your question is, bakit meron na tayong calcium monomerylionite, meron pa tayong zeolite, right? Technically speaking, they're almost similar to each other. The only difference is their chemical structure. Meron siyang na-detoxify, si zeolite, meron na-detoxify si monomerylionite, but what they do is that, since again, di naman tayo makapili between the two, because this zeolite was actually discovered way back in 1700s pa eh. So, since di tayo makapili, dinagdag na rin siya sa product. So that's the advantage of it. Whatever area, whichever field that you're actually looking at, you're covered with the zeolite. Okay? So how does it do the detoxification? No? It actually takes the nutrients and leaves them behind. And then the larger impurities, which are called your toxins, nilalabas niya. How does it go out? It goes out through your urine, kapag lalabas mo siya sa CR, kapag pinapawisan tayo. No? So all of those come out through that way. And then our last ingredient, which is the vitamin C. No? Actually, vitamin C, we don't even have to discuss. Because for sure, lahat naman ng mga tao, alam na nila ang benefits ng vitamin C. So we're just going to focus on the 3 highlights of the vitamin C. It is called the ACE among the ingredients, which stands for A, C, and E, no? To guide you, it means antioxidant, the A, which is a mega antioxidant. So, hindi lang siya antioxidant na inayos lang yung name, ni-repackage lang, no? Basically, it's a mega antioxidant. It has a lot of functions. It is even used for cancer treatments. It is also being used for so many supplementations, no? And why do we have to take vitamin C? Because our body cannot create its own vitamin C. So we really need to get it in supplements, in food. Okay? And then on the second function, we have your collagen production. This one is actually the one that will help with the tightening of the skin, mga bones natin, sa mga joints. And lastly, it gives you the extra energy. No? There's a long pathway in how I can discuss the energy, how it actually creates this one. But we don't have enough time to discuss that. No? Okay? So, the most common question of the people whenever they ask me about the product is, ano yung ating suggested usage? So, you can add 10 drops to the water, juices, and food preparation. No? A lot of the ingredients here are actually the ones that are being used also by a lot of celebrities. For example, see Kylie Jenner, no? She uses this one, the ingredients in this product. And basically, that's how you do it. You just add 10 drops to your water, to your juice, no? Or to your food. And you already get the benefits. Okay? So if there's any other questions, actually feel free to send them. Okay?
Thank you very much, Doc. Alam mo, sobra naming na-appreciate yung lecture mo. Even kami, here, the very few audience that we have, we were learning while you were talking, okay? Dati, hindi din ako talaga nagkakanin. Well, at least I try to. I try not to cheat, and I fail miserably.
Yeah.
But because of your lecture, sisikapin ko po buong buhay ko na hindi muna magkanin. Alam ko, pamilya ko sinasabi niyan, oh.
Yeah.
I will really try. I will try very, very hard. Dok, pwede ba kitang abusuhin? Sigurado ka, abusado ko. Okay. I know that the phone-in question or the questions, the Q&A will be later.
Yeah.
Pero there are some very, very insistent.
Okay, sure.
Can I shoot some questions?
Sure, no
already?
problem.
Okay. Question number one, okay? This is from Ma'am Nita Macaranas from Wildomar, California, okay? So we really have people all the way from the US who are watching us right now. Ang question niya, Doc, hypertensive and diabetic po ako. I'm also taking maintenance medicines. Pwede po ba ako mag-take ng Miramin Q+? Ilang drops po?
Okay. So the suggested dose is actually 10 drops. No? So you add that on your water, in your drinks, on your food. No. However, we always have a disclaimer that with anything, you always have to consult your doctor prior. No? You just clear it out, and most of the time, naman, they won't have any problems with the ingredients. So even the US FDA, it's actually categorized as safe already. So you can ask your doctor just to be sure. No? Pero yes, I would say if it is actually US FDA categorized as generally accepted as safe, then it would be safe to be taken. No? What I would just suggest is that if you're taking it with your regular medications, wag na lang silang pagsabay, 30 minutes or 1 hour prior, wag lang pag-overlap. So you have to take note that it also has an adsorber. No? So probably some of your medications might also be adsorbed. So just ano lang, as a precaution, wag na lang pagsabay.
Okay. Ma'am Nita, I hope you were listening and I hope you're very happy with Doc's question. Isa na lang, Doc. Isa na lang po. Okay? From Glyza De Castro, all the way from Isabela naman po. Ang tanong niya, Doc, may overdose po ba ang Miramin Q+?
Okay. So, ang question dyan is, may overdose ba ang mga bagay, no? Even things that come in nature. Something that you might understand is that lahat may overdose, even tubig. If you have too much water, no, sabi kasi nila, there's no such thing as an overdose of water. We have what we call water toxicity. So, for example, if you have too much water, your kidneys cannot actually take all of that, so maloload lang siya. So, what we would actually say is that stick with the recommended dosage. So, para maano na lang, kasi baka yung iba sabi nila na, well, 10 drops, it would give me benefits. Siguro kung gagawin kong 1,000 drops yan or 1 million drops, baka mas mabilis. No? In reality, stick to the right dose para masabi natin that you won't get an overdose, but you'll still get the benefit. No? It doesn't mean that if you're gonna drink a lot, no, that it would actually multiply the benefits. Of course, it would multiply at some extent, but not too much. So, in order for you not to get an overdose.
Okay, thank you very much, Doc. Actually, right now, we're willing to give you a break. Konting break lang, Doc. Okay, but we will resume later on, okay? As of the moment, again, I would want to be true to the tradition of Q-Dynamics, okay? Gusto niyo pa ba na raffle? Ha? Sumagot kayo. Ang hindi sumagot, hindi mananalo. Okay, gusto niyo pa ba na raffle? Okay. Kung gusto niyo pa ng raffle, of course, we are here to serve. Always, every time, anytime, okay? Guys, are we good with the raffle? Are we okay sa raffle? Okay. Doon sa mga gusto manalo, panoorin niyo po itong screens niyo. Ito na po, congratulations in advance sa mga mananalo ngayon.
Condition.
Okay, welcome back everybody, okay? Bago ko magpatuloy, congratulations muna dun sa mga nanalo ng 5 Miramin Q+, okay? Stay tuned, huwag kayong aalis, huwag kayong kukurap kasi madami-dami pa po tayong ipamimigay later. Before we proceed, okay, I just would like to remind everybody, baka madaming nagtatanong dyan, madami nang nag-chat, madami nang nag-comments, okay? If you have questions, please po, kindly note it down. Kindly note it down, or better yet, i-chat nyo na dun sa chat box natin because we have customer service representatives who would be taking note of all those questions and we would try to answer all of them as much as we could mamaya pag Q&A portion na. Okay? Ngayon, I will proceed, okay? Matanong ko kayo, gusto nyo pa ba ng lecture? Okay? Gusto nyo pa bang makarinig ulit kay Doc Bry? Okay? Seryoso, gusto niyo pa talaga makarinig. Ito lang ang tip ko, ha? Okay? Ito lang ang advice ko. Makinig kayong mabuti. Because next, what Doc Bry will be discussing, what he would be talking about is like the ingredients found in Herbiotic Slim Advance, okay? Herbiotic Slim Advance, what makes it good? What makes it unique? What makes it very effective? I suggest you pay attention to everything that he will say because kahit kami dito live, the audience, we are learning so much from him. Okay po? So ladies and gentlemen, again, please help me welcome, okay? Dr. Bry?
Thank you. Okay, so we're on our second topic na, no? So we're going to be discussing now the Herbiotic Slim, okay, Advanced. So to start off, no, during this pandemic, no, which the one that we call the new normal, there's something changed in our daily regime, no. What happened is it's not only in your house, it's not only in the Philippines, it's actually basically the whole world. It actually negatively impacted everything, no, from our health to everything. And even though I won't discuss that, you would already know that it was actually much better before, you were healthier before, and you were actually doing good, diba? Way back. Now, the next product that we're going to be discussing is going to try to counter the effects that we have that has happened during the pandemic. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. So what happened during the pandemic? We had a sudden shift ng lifestyle na disrupt yung daily activities natin. No? Before, we were doing walking. No? We were walking, going to work, going to school. So what happened is that got disrupted. Naging siyang work from home and study from home. So when certain changes happen in our active lifestyle, no, biglang nawala siya, nabawa siya, a lot of things happen. The hormones, no, we have build-up. Also, we have less sugar burning. So what happens is instead of it being burnt, it is being stored. No? We have already your lack of exercise and lack of sunlight also in a lot of people. And one thing that other people don't understand is that sunlight by itself is an antidepressant. And when you don't get enough sunlight, you actually get depressed. Now, so in our case, we now have other people, most people, that has happened that what they did is they went on what we call an emotional binge eating. So they tried to use food as the parang pampalit, no? In order for them to, instead of dati, nagka-travel lagi, instead of them before, they're always talking to their friends sa work, sa school. What happens because they got depressed, they focused on food. So, I know it's not right. However, it was the only option that we had at that time, especially during the strict lockdowns. No? And that has actually given us a really, really big impact on our health. No? This is something that we don't really have to elaborate. No? We know that gaining weight, lack of exercise is always detrimental to our health. No? Especially the stress and the anxiety that has actually happened. What happened is almost everyone started overeating and then nag-gain ng weight. No? When you gain weight, what happens is, for example, when your skin, your muscle, and your fat, you have your fat in between. When you gain weight, the fat layer increases. You have blood vessels entering the skin, right? Yung parang mag-feed ng iyong skin. And what happens then is that na-stretch yung mga blood vessels natin. So what would be the compensatory mechanism ng body natin? It will try to increase the pressure para makaakyat siya to the skin and to the other organ systems because they were stretched by the fatty tissues. So what will happen is you get hypertension. No? So the increase in the weight basically does all of that. Okay? So we have less activity, so there would be a lot of sugar that will be stored in our body. And what will happen is we had a lot of patients that became diabetic during the pandemic. Those are the ones that I saw in the clinic. We had a lot of diabetic patients. No? We had a lot of depressions that we've seen, especially in children, marami. No? So they were not spared from that. And the reason for that is because of the following. There was actually a phrase that was given by Hippocrates. Hippocrates is the father of medicine. No? Unfortunately, patay na si Hippocrates kasi way, way back pa siya talaga. Sabi niya, all disease begins in the gut. So, the gastrointestinal. So that's the one that we're going to be focusing today dun sa product na to. No? Because in the end, we are what we eat. Okay? So, our product for today is called Herbiotic Slim Advanced. No? Hindi lang siya pang slim, no? It's actually Herbiotic, which means that herbs were actually added in order for us to not just be thin, but to also be healthy. Kasi parang there are some people na ang ganda-ganda nga, ang sobrang slim, pero patay naman. I mean, it doesn't look good. I mean, if you're so beautiful, but you're in a coffin, no? So sa atin is, what they did is they created a product which they added your herbs that would actually also help you maintain your weight or to lose it if you actually are overweight. And I will explain to you now how it does that. So, Probiotic Slim Advance is actually a combination of the following. It has Garcinia cambogia extract, it has green tea extract, it has L-carnitine, it has Glucomannan, it has probiotics and prebiotics. Okay? So we're going to discuss the ingredients in detail. So, some of the benefits that we can get from the products are the following. Okay? We have your immune boosting, fat burning, increasing the energy. It improves the absorption of your vitamins and your minerals. Lahat ng mga yan. So, they are all the good stuff that we find. No? And all of that will all play a role dun sa ating health. No? You would understand later why that is actually the case. Now, on your screen, you're gonna see another word na naman. It's called symbiotics. So, for the grammar police there, baka sasabihin niyo naman, may typographical error na naman, which is symbiotic. It has to be symbiotic. No? But in reality, symbiotic was actually a coined term, which means that the syn came from synergy, and biotics would be the product benefits that we have from your micronutrients to your vitamins. And what happened is that they combine two kinds of biotics, your pro and your pre. So, We'll discuss later si pro and pre. But there's actually a simpler explanation for the two. Your probiotic will actually be your normal flora, your bacteria, the good bacteria that you have in your body. No? And your prebiotic are the ones that are feeding your probiotic in order for them to multiply. No? Kasi baka nga meron kang magaling na isang mga bacteria, pero kulang naman sila ng pagkain, they will not also work. It's like having a carpenter na wala naman siyang materials, no matter how good the carpenter is, wala siyang magagawa, wala siyang materials. So that's the purpose of your prebiotic. It actually feeds the probiotics of its materials. Okay. So the mechanism of action of your probiotic, no, is that it balances the good and the bad. No? You have your bad bacteria, no, nasa katawan natin, talagang nandiyan na yan. Kasi from our food to everything that actually enters our body, meron at meron tayong bacteria. No? But what happens is that there has to be more good bacteria in order for us to be able to balance everything. No? So there are actually currently 3 strains that are actually in the product, which is your Lactobacillus sporogenes, your Lactobacillus bifidus, and your Bifidobacterium longum. No? So they are the ones that are actually the most common, no? Probiotics that we need in the body. And aside from the health also, they also create a lot of the clotting materials also, they help out with that. So there's a lot of things that are created in our gut. So the common question is, why is it important that we have a healthy gut? Okay. So a lot of people say that the immune system is the one that protects us. Oh. But there are already newer studies that are saying that our gut, our gastrointestinal tract, is now being considered as the seat of your immune system. No? So if you actually have a gut or gastrointestinal tract that is actually not effective, what happens is that tuloy-tuloy na yan. Lahat ng mga sakit ng mga tao, naglalabasan, autoimmune, yung mga iba, mga skin rashes, yung iba, mga psoriasis, eczema, all of that. In our Western medicine or modern medicine that we call them autoimmune. No? A lot of these, we say autoimmune kasi the body is attacking our own. But in reality, there's always a cause, di ba? There's always a reason. So what happens is your immune system, hindi siya mababa. In reality, it's actually strong. The only difference is that parang in a layman's term, nabaliw yung immune system. Kasi nagkaroon siya ng mga toxins, nagkaroon siya ng mga things that actually hit it. So nangyari is, naguluhan na siya ngayon. Hindi na niya alam which is self and non-self. So basically, it's attacking a lot of things. There are a lot of patients that come to the clinic and actually when they say, meron silang mga symptoms na hindi sila yung mga the common ones. No? Sila yung mga sabi nila na lagi silang pagod, lagi silang hindi makapag-isip whenever they try to recall something. Yung memory nila nag-fail, yet ang bata pa lang din naman nila. No? So all of these things actually have to do with your gut, with your gastrointestinal tract. No? So that by itself will now actually go to the next slide, which is called the healthy gut versus your leaky gut. No. This is a very controversial term in medicine, the leaky gut. There's actually a syndrome that was actually coined also, which is your leaky gut syndrome. What does that mean? It means that when you have a healthy gastrointestinal tract, what happens is that lahat ng mga food natin, everything that we're eating, only stays inside. No? But what happens when we are actually not healthy? When we don't have enough probiotics that are repairing the gastrointestinal lining, nagkakaroon tayo ng leakage. So, nagkaka-leak. No? So, instead of yung food natin, nasa loob lang siya ng bituka, lumalabas sila. No? And the area around ng bituka natin is not used to having food particles, no? Tsaka yung mga toxins na nasa labas. So, what will happen is the body will now try to say, wait a minute, there's a red alert, meron tayong nag-a-attack sa katawan natin, and we're going to attack these ones. So, mangyari nun is, hindi na niya alam na ina-attack na rin pala yung sarili niya. So, there are so many patients that are actually complaining of, yun nga, sabi ko nga, mga dizziness, mga weakness, fatigue, yung umaga pa lang, ayaw na nilang tumayo, out of bed, no? So all of these things, when you factor them in, they are actually a form of a leaky gut. No? So now, how do you say we are actually saying it's actually a leaky gut syndrome? No? It's a little bit hard to test. No? However, we have what we call an empiric treatment, where we would actually use a form of a treatment and then see if there's actually an improvement. So whenever there are certain conditions that are very hard to test, but you actually know the symptoms might actually be a part of it, you can actually do an empiric treatment. So one of the treatments that we actually give would be your probiotics. But then again, like I said, the probiotics, wala rin silang magiging magagawa if they don't have their prebiotics. So you always have a lot of supplements that give you probiotics, right? So they always say, okay, this one is a good, it has a lot of your, ang dami, lalagay pa nila lahat ng mga lactobacillus na different strains. But the problem is, if you're not gonna give a prebiotic with your probiotic, may hirapan din si probiotic. Kasi wala siyang kakainin. Basically, kinakain nila yan eh. That is what propagates them. So, on the benefits of your probiotics, no, your immune system, yung sa yung vitamins, minerals, and actually also what we call a brain microbiome axis. No? That is a very interesting phrase that you can actually look up. And there's a lot of videos actually explaining that if you want to go further. But yun yung one of the causes of the problems that we see when you have a low probiotic. Okay. So now, we've already discussed your probiotic. We now have to discuss your prebiotic. Your prebiotic, meron siyang composition, which is your fructooligosaccharides and the rest. And they actually also come from nature. Like I said, if it comes from nature, chances are it's actually safer. No? And what are the benefits of your prebiotic? They actually stimulate because they actually feed your good bacteria. They actually control the sugar well, and it actually helps your gastric lining to recover para makakapag-absorb siya ng ating mga nutrients and vitamins better. Okay? And then in the end, because you're getting the right nutrients and the right sugar also, you actually feel full longer. No? It has a bulking effect, yung mga prebiotics din natin. Okay? And then, the other ingredients, which is your Garcinia, your green tea, and your L-carnitine. No? So, your pro and your pre are the ones fixing the gut and improving the immune system. Now, we are actually now going to go ahead further pa. Because when you fix the gastrointestinal lining, you basically also lose weight at the same time. Because sometimes, some people don't understand that when you eat something and the toxins are there, because our gastrointestinal tract is not that complex. No? Like, for example, we only have one stomach as opposed to a cow. A cow has 4 stomach. So kapag start na sila, kumain na sila ng grass, when they eat the grass, kahit sabihin pa natin may acid rain yan or meron siyang toxins, they will digest that and then mailalabas nila yan, yung mga toxins. As opposed to us only having one stomach, our stomach is not really that good. Tapos, pag injured pa siya, wala siyang probiotics from your antibiotics that you've taken in the past, nagkaroon ng infection, you took an antibiotic, it will kill even the good bacteria in the stomach. Okay? So, that by itself, they already help with the weight loss. No? However, nag-add pa ng additional ingredient, which is your Garcinia, green tea, and your L-carnitine. Okay? What would be their function? They actually help speed up the breakdown of the fat. Okay? And then they also increase your metabolism and your energy. So rather than you just losing weight, nang hinang-hina ka, you have that energy that you have. So in return, it will also lower down your cholesterol, triglyceride, and fatty acid because it binds a lot of the fibers that we have there will also be binding to that. Para hindi siya ma-absorb. And then you feel full from your Garcinia. That's the main action of the Garcinia. And it has a lot of antioxidants and free radical protection in the body, especially your green tea. So when you combine all of them, they have a synergistic role na nagiging healthy yung ating gut. Now, there's another ingredient that they added, what we call the Glucomannan. Okay? It is a soluble dietary fiber. So what does that do? When you take it, when it's inside your body, it makes you feel full. Kasi it actually combines, when combined with water, it actually bulks itself and makes you feel full. So, that's the advantage of that, no? Pero hindi lang siya pang ano, hindi lang siya pang feeling full. Meron din siyang pang ano, pang increase ng muscle mass and nagre-reduce din siya ng fat. Okay? So, the question again for a lot of our viewers right now would be, how do I take the Herbiotic Slim? No? You take one capsule, preferably on an empty stomach, 30 minutes before a meal. Okay? So they always say, why before a meal? It's because for this one, because it is a bulking agent and it will reduce your appetite, it would be much better if you take it 30 minutes at least before a meal. No? So at least it would do the job of bulking and then reducing your appetite, so it would lower down. No? So you can take one capsule, two capsule, three capsule, even some patients, they even take 4 capsules. No? Just to actually increase the metabolism and then also improve their overall health. Now, you have to look for the one that, for your dose. No? I have patients that would ask, okay, what would I take? 1 tablet, 2 tablet, 3 tablets. No? So I always tell them, for supplements, you can actually look for what works for you. Okay? So after that, you have to drink at least 350 ml of water for every capsule that you take. Why? Because yung capsule natin will bind with water to create the effect that we're looking for. So, or else you'll feel like you're thirsty if you don't drink enough water. Okay? So, that's it for your Herbiotic Slim Advance. If you have any other questions, so just feel free to ask.
Okay. Thank you very much regarding all the information that you shared with us regarding Herbiotic Slim Advance. Again, Doc, there's a phone-in question, okay? This one is kind of amusing. This question is coming from Ma'am Bernie Soriano from Calasiao, Pangasinan. Hi, Ma'am Bernie. Okay, her question is, I just gave birth last November, okay? Nagbe-breastfeed pa po ako. Pwede po ba ako mag-take ng Herbiotic Slim Advance?
Okay. So later I'll show you one slide. No, there's a patient testimonial also about that one, about the Herbiotic Slim Advance. However, the answer there is, when you look at the ingredients, no, so you have your fiber, you have your probiotics. So these are actually also the good ones for you. No, but since I'm a medical doctor, we always have to tell that you always have to ask your doctor. Okay, your doctor will actually assess all of the ingredients, and a lot of these are actually all natural. No? The only thing that we are actually saying is that when you are pregnant, you usually don't want to lose weight din naman because you might be starving the baby. No? So eventually, the answer there is it would be upon the discretion of the doctor. But for me, I would actually say 9 months lang naman. No? After, you can actually continue it and then take it, which is actually going to be make your weight loss after the baby. No? As in, mas mabilis siya nun.
Okay, Doc. Sige, Doc. Ma'am Bernie, I hope that satisfies your question. No? Sinagot ka na ng diretso ni Doc Ryan. Ang sinabi niya, for as long as nanganak ka na. Yan. For as long as nanganak ka na, then, well, yes, it might be safe to actually take, but it's best to actually seek the approval of your OB. Okay? Thank you again,
Okay.
Doc.
I'll just show a one slide.
Okay.
So we have this patient. The patient actually had an initial weight of 233.8 pounds. No? So the patient actually took it for 8 weeks. And then later on, after 8 weeks, he was down to 203.6 pounds. No? So we have actually a total of 30.2 pounds weight loss. No? So you can also see the patient on the photo. He actually has good skin texture. No? Hindi siya sag yung skin niya during the weight loss. It's actually tight. No? That's the advantage when you're doing something that is all natural. No? It gives you the collagen also that the body needs. So you lose weight, pero the skin snaps back. So, yeah.
Okay. That is, again, very, very enlightening. Doc, thank you. Pwede bang mag-staff purchase ng Herbiotic Slim Advance? Pa-staff purchase naman ako. Alam ko may limit eh. May limit ang sa empleyado. Okay, may limit ang sa empleyado. Pero Doc, payagan mo naman ako. Pa-order naman po mga 25 lang. Okay, 25 bottles. Ganun po kahigpit ang pangangailangan ko para mag-lose ng weight. Okay, Doc, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll give you like a few minutes to actually like refresh, okay? Again, okay? Hindi pa ba kayo sawa? Gusto niyo pang manalo? Sinong gustong makakuha ng Herbiotic Slim Advance? Pagkatapos ng narinig nyo, galing kay Doc Bry, who would want to win? Kasi kung ayaw nyo, akin na lang yung 5. Ha? Uy, lahat na oh. Gusto ng Doc? Hala, Doc, ang dami nilang may gusto oh. Game. Guys, dun sa mananalo ng Herbiotic Slim Advance, usap tayo, okay? Go, let's show the winners. Okay, welcome back everybody. Okay, natatawa ko while we were on a break, no? Tignan nyo nga naman kung gaano kaswerte yung ibang tao. Yung nag-phone in question kanina, yung tinanong ko kay Doc kanina, akalain mo na bunot para manalo ng Herbiotic Slim Advance. Yung nagtanong kung pwede nang mag-take. Parang talagang divine intervention. Sinabi na, oh ayan, sige mag-take ka na. It's safe for you to take the product. Anyway, sa lahat ng nanalo, sa lahat ng nabunot, baka gusto nyo ibenta at a discounted price yan, bibili po ako ha. Okay, bibili po ako. Congratulations ulit sa lahat ng nanalo. Ang tanong ko susunod ngayon, do you still wanna listen? Okay? Do you wanna learn more? Okay? This time, okay, Doc Bry is going to talk about the latest product that we have. This product is like one of the fastest selling products that we have right now, okay? Gusto niyo pa ba makinig? You still wanna learn more? Okay, sige, kahit parang medyo mababa na yung energy natin, no? Pero sige, gagawa ng paraan ni Doc Brian lahat. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I give you back, okay? I give you back, Doc Brian.
Thank you. So, yung product that we will be discussing now will actually be a combination of 3 things. No? It's glutathione with grapeseed extract and vitamin C. Okay. So, when you say those 3 things, halos lahat na ng mga tao alam na yung mga function ng tatlong yan. So, kapag ganyan, di na natin masyadong explain yan. So what we will do is we'll now focus na lang dun sa kanilang mga strong benefits. Okay? So, we have what we call demystifying nutrition. So what does that term mean? For me, it only means let's try to save time. Kasi yung iba, they're trying to focus on nutrition, and then yung iba naman, they're trying to beautify naman yung sarili nila. There's that parang debate on, sabi nila, aanihin mo yung kagandahan sa outside, pero sa loob, marami ka naman ng mga sakit. Yung iba naman sasabihin nila is, mas importante yung sa labas, no, kaysa dun sa loob. So, let's just save time with this product. So what they did is they just combined ingredients that will do both. So it will create the beauty and also the nutrition. It will give you the nutrition. For me kasi, the belief is that real beauty comes from within, they always say, right? But it doesn't only mean that in a parang, it's not just a saying. What it means that when you have good nutrition, it actually glows from within. No? Yun yung bakit pag minsan meron kang makikita na sabihin mo na, siya pa rin din naman yun, pero there's something sa kanya. You might say that, meron siyang glow, meron siyang kakaibang dating, no? Yung iba naman mga lalaki, sila yung magsasabi nila na, merong something about dun sa girl na hindi ko maintindihan. It's actually basically the beauty that is coming from the inside na lumalabas, no? That's the glow that you have, okay? So, like I said, rather than you focusing on the outside, or for some people focusing on the inside, you can do two things together. You combine them, beauty and nutrition at the same time, okay? So, we always say that the food that we eat, no, we have to be able to filter that. We need to be able to eat the right stuff. Pero in reality, no matter what we do, may hirapan tayo. So we have your supplements that will help you with that. Okay? So, ito yung sinabi nila. No? Pumili ka daw ng produkto na sumusuporta na sa kalusugan mo at nagpapaganda pa. No? So you save time. And why? Because mas importante yung time. No? So you can always gain back money, but your time you cannot get. So whenever you try to do two things at the same time, it would be a very good advantage for you. Okay? So, what would be the advantage ng food supplement? No? Since it is from nature, no, it is actually much better. There are so many scientists that are saying may mga magagandang benefits, but up to now, they don't understand. No? Sasabihin nila, kulang na mga studies kasi in reality, some of the studies that they have studies, they're backed by science, but they don't really understand it that well. No? But in reality, when you look at the clinical practice, you actually see the benefit. No? You see that in the real people that you know, the ones that are taking the products. So that's what we call the things that when it comes from nature, it's actually safer and it's actually much better. Okay? So, on the first ingredient, no, we have your L-glutathione, you have your second ingredient, na grapeseed extract, and then your sodium ascorbate. We're going to discuss them one by one in detail. So those are your composition, no, on the bottom. Okay. So may question dito, sabi niya, ano ang L-glutathione? I think kahit na bata ngayon, alam na what glutathione does, no? All the benefit that they have. So they always say, if you ask someone sa daan, maggawa ka ng random interview, alam mo kung yung glutathione, no? Most of them would say, pampaputi. No? But in reality, glutathione was actually discovered accidentally since it was actually a detoxifier ng liver. So it only comes, what happens is that we have active form and your inactive form of your glutathione in your liver. The liver is one of the organ systems that can repair itself. But unfortunately, kapag natamaan siya with your alcohol, too much fatty food, too much sugar in the diet, no? Or like what we discussed kanina, yung mga toxins like aflatoxin, what happens is that the liver, even though it can repair itself, it stops repairing itself. So, it still has your repair cells in the body, pero nag-stop na siya. So what do? Is we need to be able to give it the active form of your glutathione. Because ang natitira sa kanya is the inactive, and then hindi niya kayang i-repair yung sarili niya. By giving the active kind of your glutathione, it actually now starts again the repair of the liver para siya makapag-survive. No? So accidentally, they discovered that the ones with liver problems that were being given your glutathione, pumuputi sila and their skin is getting better. So, na-realize nila, sandali, ano nangyari? No? Kala nila, maputla na ba to? Malapit na siyang mamatay. But in reality, it was a different kind of a glow. No? Hindi lang siya puti. So apparently, what was happening is that because it is an antioxidant, even the oxidative reaction in the skin, nare-reverse niya. So it protects the skin by itself. So yun yung advantage niya. It is a strong antioxidant. Okay? So when you talk about your glutathione, no, you're talking about synonymous terms like cellular health, detoxification, healthy skin. Those are the ones that we usually talk about when we say glutathione. Okay? It has the usual benefits, sabi nga natin, as an antioxidant, as a detoxifier, immune system booster, and also for whitening, which is their side effect. So like sometimes some patients would ask me, Doc, the glutathione, meron ba siyang side effect? Yes, the side effect is actually the whitening of the skin. It has a good side effect. Okay? So it comes naturally in the liver, so it's actually much safer. And then your second ingredient, which is your grapeseed extract. A lot of people are already familiar with grapeseed extract. No? Marami siyang advantage. It actually helps with the blood circulation. It protects the heart. No? It protects muscles. It also improves the skin. It helps the brain function better. And then meron din siyang good side effect, which is it improves the skin elasticity. So it lessens the wrinkles, it lessens the joint pains on some patients. So that's one of the advantage of your grapeseed extract. A lot of patients take that for their arthritis, ganyan. A lot of patients also take this supplement for their brain function, like patients with Alzheimer's, patients that are starting to forget. So it is actually a good supplementation. And then, of course, your third ingredient, which is your sodium ascorbate, vitamin C. Vitamin C, they actually made a survey and they found out that most houses have vitamin C in their houses. And then the question is, why do we need to supplement ourselves with vitamin C? Because we cannot create vitamin C on our own. We need to get it from the diet. So they actually created a study before. They looked at different animals that are able to create their own vitamin C. And they found out the ones that are able to create vitamin C, they have less chances of getting heart attacks. So there are certain animals that create their own, yung mga yan, they don't usually get heart attacks. Unlike the other animals that cannot create their own vitamin C, including us, we have such things as brain stroke and your heart attack. So that by itself, you have your antioxidant capacity, the vitamin C. But the question is, which part? Is it the sodium ascorbate or your ascorbic acid? The advantage of your vitamin C when taken in a sodium form is that mas malakas yung absorption niya. Why? Because vitamin C is always best taken on an empty stomach. Rather than it being bound to the other food, it is best taken on an empty stomach. And problem is, if you take it on an empty stomach and you're taking the ascorbic acid form, it will create irritation on the stomach. So eventually, mas may pain na nararamdaman yung patient. So it's a little bit of a hassle. So eventually, they created the sodium ascorbate form, which is much safer on the gastric lining. So you actually get all the advantages rather than getting also these side effects, which is yung nga sabi natin, sumasakit yung siya ng ibang patients. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin. It is a potent antioxidant, and it is good for cell protection. So you might be thinking that there's things that we always say antioxidant. So what is basically an antioxidant? An antioxidant is an oxidant. Oxidation is the one that causes aging in our body, it causes damage in our body. So what this does is that it protects our cells individually from the cell damage that we have. Okay? So regular intake ng vitamin C, it protects patients. No? It was already proven that patients that actually take vitamin C, they have less chances of getting heart attacks and strokes. Okay? So, the most common question of patients would be, how do I take it? No? The suggested intake is 2 capsules per day. Okay? But in my patients, no, a lot of my patients say, Doc, I've seen the ingredients and I want to increase the dosage. Pwede naman siya. You can actually look for the dose that you have. There are actually certain patients that are even taking 8 to 16 capsules in a day. So I'm saying that we are talking about the suggested use, which is 2 capsules per day, but there are actually patients that do actually increase their dosage. So there are some patients that would say, Doc, what about that? Possible stone formation in the kidney. No? Kasi marami tayong naririnig na kapag masyado mataas daw yung vitamin C mo, is you get kidney stones. No? Apparently, it's actually a myth. No? Kasi it's never really proven. There's no study that says that it causes kidney stones. No? So the good thing about it is the vitamin C, your glutathione, and also your grapeseed extract works hand in hand together. No? So it creates a synergistic role between the three, and which also increases the effects of the 3 products. Okay.
Okay, Doc Rai, alam mo, aliw na aliw ako talaga dun sa lecture mo. I really wish my mom is listening. Kasi my mom is one of the victims, okay, Ma, if you're watching, I hope you're listening, okay? She's one of the victims who always thought, according to another person, or I don't know if she got it from Google, that too much of vitamin C causes kidney stones. So it's a good thing po na nilinaw yun na po yan.
Yes,
Salamat
yes,
po.
yes.
I hope she took it. Okay. Ngayon, Doc, another phone-in question, okay? Ito. Galing naman po ito kay Sir Moises Pernes from Lipa, Batangas City. Okay? If may liver problem na po ba, okay, safe pa ba mag-take ng glutamine?
Yes. No. So, may liver problem na yung patient, but what we said is that the liver is one of the vital organs that can repair itself. No. Most of the time, kulang lang siya ng pag-prime sa liver in order for it to improve. No. We do have what we call end-stage na liver disease. No. Yun yung kahit ano nang gawin mo and everything, medyo mahirap na talaga. So, but in the early stages, in any stage of your liver problem, yes, that's the reason why you're actually going to be taking the supplement. It is not only as a preventive, but also a treatment. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc Rai. Again, Doc Rai, we'll give you a few minutes to take a break for a while, okay? We'll call you back, okay? We'll call you back in, but next time I think we're doing the Q&A portion already.
Okay, sure.
Okay? Thank
No
you,
problem.
Doc. Okay. Bago ako lumipat, bago ko na naman sabihin yung portion na alam kong pinaka-paborito nyo, yung portion na mamimigay tayo ulit ng mga papremyo, meron lang po mga nagpapa-shoutout. Siguro hindi ko alam, gustong magpabate, okay, meron mga special messages. Direct, is it okay that I mention this? Okay, game. Nagpapa-shoutout. Unang-una po sa listahan, Joseph Micoleta Group. Ang message niya, hataw lang and focus kayo sa goals nyo. Okay, that's for Joseph Micoleta and Group. Another team na nagpapa-shoutout, Team Bicol of Eric Abad Group. Okay? Team Bicol of Eric Abad Group, kamusta po tayo dyan sa Bicol? Okay? Next is Quantumin Eagle Cebu of Sir Oscar Wong. Hi, Sir Oscar Wong and team. Okay? Next po is si Team Freedom of Melchor Agosto. Hi, Team Freedom. Kamusta kayo? Okay, and last po dun sa mga nagpapa-shoutout, okay? Team Eagle of the North ni Ma'am Bernie Soriano. Hi, Team Eagle of the North. Kamusta po kayo? Okay, game. Ngayon, sinong gusto manalo ng Glutamine? Ay, sos, pahina ng pahina ba? Pagod na ang mga tao sa studio. Sinong gusto manalo ng Glutamine? Okay, nadadaan naman pala kayo sa takutan.
Okay, game. Are we ready? Can we roll already? Congratulations in advance. Watch this.
Okay, welcome back everybody. Nandito na tayo sa portion na pinangako namin sa inyong lahat. Okay, I suggest if you have like questions right now, kindly send it sa chat box natin so that we can address all your questions accordingly. Okay. At this point in time, please allow me to welcome back, of course, our very good guest speaker. Okay, si Doc Bry. Doc Bry this time will be joined by, of course, Ms. Ritz Villedo. Ms. Ritz Villedo is currently the Product Development Manager of Q Dynamics Global Corporation. Okay, and she is also like our licensed pharmacist. Okay, another one, okay, on the deep end, we have like Ms. Joanne Pardillo. Sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, Ms. Joanne Pardillo is part of the sales team. She's a sales coordinator, but she is also a registered nurse. Okay, so yung mga nagtatanong dyan tungkol sa produkto, pag hindi nyo kami lahat mahanap, you can always go to Ms. Joanne and Ms. Ritz. Okay? Are you guys ready? Can you help me with the Q&A? Of course, we have to address the questions ng mga tao, okay? Doc, are you okay? Alam ko medyo napagod ka kanina. Okay
I'm
ka pa
okay.
sumagot. All right,
Yes,
all
yes.
right. Thank you. Can we start? Okay na to start? Go? Okay, game. I have here question number 1. Okay, again, this is all the way from San Diego, California. It's from Miss Eva Abadilla. Okay, Eva Abadilla. Her question is, may stage 4 cancer po ako. Paano ko po ba dapat i-take ang Miramin Q+?
Okay.
Doc first?
So stage 4 cancer, no? So just for the people that are not familiar with the stages, no, you have your stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4, no? So stage 4 is usually where when you have already multi-organs that are affected. So what we're talking about is Miramin is a supplement, no? It aids, it helps, no? So of course you already have ongoing treatments also, no, that you are doing. So what you're probably looking for is something that might help out, no? So the most common treatments that we have in cancer treatments, a lot of the patients, they also get very weak in between sessions of their treatments, no? And if you look at the ingredients of the Miramin, they are actually the ones that will help you throughout that cycle, no? So because there are a lot of patients that are undergoing the treatment that are having a hard time, no, adjust. And unfortunately, some of these patients, they give up. It's because it's a little bit hard talaga to go through the treatment. But when you look at the product, no, it will help you out. The ingredients that you have there, no. So if there's anything that are actually possible side effects of the treatment that you're also doing, they will try to help you go through and surpass that. So it's a supplement. No, it will help you, okay, but you also have to combine it with your regular treatments.
Okay, okay, thank you. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Ms. Ritz?
Right po. Thank you, Doc, for the enlightenment. And also for those na syempre mga cancer patients na nagtatanong is, are the ingredients safe to take? So, ang calcium montmorillonite and zeolite, as discussed ni Dr. Tan kanina, they're categorized as generally recognized as safe by US FDA. And also, there's fulvic acid. We had tested it for LD50 and safe naman po siya. And also that Miramin Q+, yun nga yung may powerhouse of minerals siya that could help in the nourishment of the patient. So yun po. It helps, it aids at, in the immune, to boost the immune system of the patient. Ayun.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for answering. Okay, Miss Eva Badilla, I hope we're able to help you with your question, no? Okay, now I'll move on to the next question. The next question that we have is, from San Diego, California. Now we're going down to Davao, okay? Davao, this question is from Mr. Jonathan Daklan, okay? His question is like, I just gained weight recently. Okay lang po ba na mag-take ako ng Herbiotic Slim Advance kahit hindi ko naman objective ang pumayat?
So, medyo dun lang sa question niya is, he gained weight lately.
Yes.
But his
Yes, Doc.
objective is not to lose weight?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. So, some people kasi they always think about the body that you try to, whenever you take any supplements to make you lose weight, no? But for this product kasi, it's different, no? Iba yung sa kanyang action. What it does is, it helps the body get better so that it can control the excess weight faster, no? So it is not like one of the supplements that are just to take out the appetite or just to burn. This one is actually making the body healthy. And when the body is healthy, it will create its own physique. And there's a big difference between two people na yung isa is only trying to lose weight, the other one is making themselves healthy. When you're trying to make yourself healthy, you're going to see that the skin is actually elastic. No, hindi siya nagsasag. No, a lot of people, you know that, they try to lose weight, tapos makita nyo na paano ka para kang may sakit, no? So if you look at the ingredients that we have on this product, it basically helps you become healthy. And it just so happened that when you are healthy, the body will try to maintain the right build for you. So yes, the answer to your question is that even though you don't want to take it for weight loss, if you can take it, yes, you can take it. And then the body will just try to look for the best physique for you. Pero kagandahan niya is may kasama siyang glow, meron siyang kasama rin na skin tightening.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I hope, Sir Jonathan, na-enlighten ka dun sa question natin, no? Again, now, I'll move on to the next question, no? Kasi medyo madami-dami tayong mga tanong ngayon, okay? This one is coming from kanina, US, tapos Davao. Now we're going down to Bicol. This question is all the way from Bicol, from Mr. Eric Abad, okay? Paano makakatulong ang vitamin C sa liver health? Okay, paano nakakatulong ang vitamin C sa liver health?
Okay. So, vitamin C, no, there's this part na I didn't discuss on the lecture kasi it's a little bit geeky and nerdy, no, the function, the pathway, how actually vitamin C does things, no. Well, if you want to look at the previous lecture, there's part there that said it is a mega antioxidant, no, but it also helps with the collagen synthesis, no. So when the patient has a liver problem, no, the vitamin C is also added to the treatment of your glutathione in order for it to be stronger. They have a synergistic role. Hindi lang siya yung glutathione by itself, having the benefit that it would have. You need to have also a vitamin C. And the centers that are actually also giving glutathione treatments, they know that. That's why they always add vitamin C in combination with the glutathione. And some supplements, that's also their pitfall. If they're purely glutathione, that is the part that they are having a difficult with the absorption then. Kasi unlike with this one, it has your grapeseed, it has your vitamin C, which eventually nagtutulungan sila. So the liver by itself, because it got oxidative stress, that's why it got damaged. So in order for you to reduce and to repair itself, you just reverse the process of the damage. You give antioxidants para babagsak siya at didikit siya dun sa mga free radicals that damage the liver, and then eventually it would now feed the liver in order for it to improve. So there's a very technical parang flow yan that we can explain all of that. However, a lot of the viewers might not be able to understand that. It might be too boring. No? But I would hope that you just take my word for it that the vitamin C does actually help with the liver treatment.
Thank you very much, Doc. Is there anything else that the ladies would want to add to what Doc said?
We should always also remember that vitamin C helps boost our immune system. So yun naging pinaka-keyword niya kung iisipin natin, boost immune system. So kung may problem tayo, we should take vitamin C para po mas matulungan yung katawan natin may problema.
Okay, thank you. Okay, tuloy-tuloy na natin to ha. Next question ko kanina, okay, nagtutour na tayo ng buong mundo. Okay, kung mapapansin niyo, nagtutour na tayo ng buong mundo. Right now, our question is coming all the way from Osamis City. Okay, it's from Miss Loida Francisco. Okay, bakit intelligent molecule ang tawag sa fulvic acid? What makes fulvic acid an intelligent molecule?
Okay. I discussed part of it dun sa lecture kanina. It's called an intelligent molecule kasi hindi lang siya nagbabind on its own. What it does is selective siya. So, when you say someone is intelligent, kapag inutusan mo siya to do something, alam nila, di ba? They can distinguish one from the other. For example, you ask someone to clean the room, alam mo na intelligent siya kapag nilinis niya yung room, pero hindi naman niya tinapon yung mga importanteng bagay. It can find the ones that are, say for example, hindi niya dapat itapon. No? So you call that intelligent. No? Matalino siya kasi alam niya yung hindi dapat itapon at alam niya din kung anong dapat itapon. So it is an intelligent molecule because it does that. No? It actually takes out the toxins while it actually keeps the molecules and the nutrients that we need in the body intact siya, hindi niya gagalawin. So that's the advantage of that. It is actually an intelligent molecule. And like I said, it actually comes from nature. So if it comes from nature, the one that created it is actually very, very intelligent also. And alam na yan, when God created the fulvic acid, no, that is the benefit that it has. So tayo mga tao, we only discovered it. No? We didn't create it. We discovered it from the decomposition of plants and animals, and we found the benefit that it has. But that's the reason why it's an intelligent. It knows what to throw and what to keep. Yan.
Okay. Okay. Next question natin, Doc, no? Ladies. It's from, all the way from Cavite, okay? After Osamis, now we're going down to Cavite, okay? It's from Miss Jovelyn Peñaflor, okay? Paano nakakatulong ang Miramin Q Plus as an immune booster, lalo po ngayon na pandemic?
Okay. So a part of the lecture dealt something about the gut health. No? So what happens is that yung katawan natin, meron siyang ability to throw toxins little by little. The problem is when we have food that have new toxins that enter our body, hindi nakakayanan ng katawan natin na itapon yung mga toxins. So what happens is na-accumulate sila. Intelligent din naman yung katawan natin eh. It knows what to throw and what to keep. The only difference is that way back, during the time ng ating mga lolo ng lolo natin, that way back, the environment was actually much cleaner. No? We had less pollution around in our environment. So at that time, their usual diet noon, if they eat their vegetables, if they eat their fruits, and the proper diet, it was enough. Meron pa rin naman toxins yan, but the body can take it out. Now, what the Miramin Q Plus does is that it makes the body be deloaded of the toxins that are entering our body. So that's why you mix it with your diet, diba? With your food. When you mix it with your food, it absorbs the toxins para hindi na siya ma-absorb sa katawan natin and then ilalabas na siya. So the question of some patients would be, how does it know na ang ina-absorb niya is the toxins? And what proof that do you have? That is the reason why I specified kanina yung dun sa Ghana, Africa. So they did that study where they actually gave it to the poultry, to the livestock, and they noticed that when they tested them for the aflatoxin level, it was actually lower. There's even a reported case of the koi fish in Japan, no? So in Japan, we have their fish that they are so proud of, and yet nakita nila yan na mahaba ang mga buhay ng mga koi fish nila. There are certain regions in the world that have also their koi fish, but they don't live as long, unlike in Japan. And apparently, the reason is because they have a certain clay material that they add on their pond, dun sa kanilang koi fish, na one of them is the ingredient in the Miramin Q. And what happens is, rather than the fish getting the toxins in their body, nagbabind siya. So if they eat something also from the pond, papasok sa katawan nila, it also binds with the toxins. So the advantage of the Miramin Q entering our body is that it will bind, diba? So rather than papasok siya sa katawan natin, lalabas na lang niya. So it improves your immune system and everything just because you're allowing it to take out the toxins that are actually hampering your immune system.
Thank you. Ladies, anything else you'd want to add?
So, ang Miramin Q Plus po is a promising product, especially during this pandemic because it has increased vitamin C and meron din siyang 59 minerals, macro minerals, micro minerals, and trace minerals that can boost your immune system. Yung, diba, meron ngayon vitamin C with zinc, with selenium and all. So everything is there sa ating Miramin Q Plus to help you boost your immune system din. So yun po. Thank you.
And to add it more po, marami kasi sa atin mag-iisip bakit kailangan pa natin madagdagan yung minerals na ini-intake natin. Though kumakain naman tayo ng tamang pagkain like vegetables, fruits, umiiwas sa meat. Yung pinakain na po kasi natin ngayon talaga is most of them, especially yung mga prutas and gulay, na-sprayhan na po siya ng mga pesticides. So yung iniisip po natin na minerals or nutrients na pumapasok sa katawan natin is hindi na po enough. That's why napaka-promising po ng Miramin Q+, gaya nga ng sinabi ni Miss Ritz, may added minerals po siya na makakatulong po sa atin. So hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-lean on lang dun sa pagkain na kinakain natin.
Alright, thank you. Guys, before I proceed, no, I just wish to remind everybody again, please pay close attention to all the questions that's being asked. Sana po pinapakinggan natin ang mga sagot sa bawat katanungan kasi minsan ang mga tanong natin interrelated na po, no? Minsan ang tanong natin is connected at nasasagot na po ng panel natin. So please pay close attention to each and every answer kasi sigurado ko lahat ng sasabihin nila Doc at ng ladies natin dito is makakatulong sa inyo. Alright? I'll go to the next question. The next question is coming all the way from Antipolo City, okay? From Mr. Joseph Nicoleta. Okay, Mr. Joseph Nicoleta, his question is, paano nakakatulong mag-improve ng bowel movement ang Herbiotic Slim Advance?
Okay. So, the gastrointestinal tract natin, like I said, it's around 27 feet, no? It's a barrier, may barrier yan. And what happens is that when you don't have enough fiber, when you don't have enough probiotics, nagkaka-disruption. No? So fibers, they actually act as a bulking agent. So the ingredients on the product, when you take it with water, they actually bulk up stool. No? Tapos your good bacteria are actually the ones that are repairing the lining. Diba? Like say for example, to simplify it, when you are say in a road, no? Ibang-iba ang speed natin sa EDSA, ibang-iba ang speed natin sa NLEX, right? Why? Because NLEX is maganda yung sa kanyang flow ng ating road. Dun sa ating sa EDSA, dahil kapag makikita natin may mga bakbok na, we are actually driving slower. So, when that happens, same as with our gastrointestinal tract, kapag may mga problems dun sa ating tract itself, nag-slow down yung sa yung bowel movement. No? And also you have to take note that the bowel movement is not only a tube. No? May mga muscles yan, meron yung mga ibang role yan, meron yung lymphatics that also absorb, it has blood vessels also. If they are actually hampered, babagal talaga yung movement. But when you give the proper probiotics, all of the nutrients, all of the fiber that the body needs, mas mabilis yung flow. No? So that's the normal flow that you're going to see when you have the ingredients in the product.
Ladies, is there anything else that you would want to add?
For the specifics po, yung fibers that we have in Herbiotic is yung mga prebiotics, yung mga inulin, fructooligosaccharides, oligosaccharide, and meron din po tayong glucomannan. But for those taking in Herbiotic, nare-require po ng at least 350 ml per capsule because of the fiber that is in there, yung na-discuss natin ni Dr. kanina, yung glucomannan. So important po yun ang water intake that could help also sa bowel movement. Kasi kung kulang yung water intake, especially pag nag-take ka ng glucomannan, mako-constipate ka din kasi kulang yung tubig and nagpa-bulk up siya doon. So for those taking in Herbiotic, please take note, you need also to drink a lot of water then for it. So, thank you.
Okay. Next question. Okay, we're moving forward. Okay. Next question is coming from Nesem Bartolo, Sir Nesem, all the way from Cavite. Okay. His question is, yung father ko is 67 years old na. Nangangayayat at di makalakad. Wala din gana kumain. Ano po ang pwede kong gawin para bumalik ang lakas ng katawan niya?
Okay. So, bali, the case is weakness, no, fatigue, and wala siyang ganang kumain. No. The reason why he has loss of appetite is because the body is now trying to compensate rather than wasting energy sa digestion, ang gagawin niya is bababain niya yung sa yung appetite. So, it becomes a vicious cycle now. Dahil kulang ka ng nutrients, bababa yun niya yung sa kanyang appetite, mas lalong hindi kakain yung patient, mas lalong bababa yung sa kanyang nutrients from coming in. Now, if you're going to force feed the patient, hindi niya rin din naman parang it will not solve the problem. Kasi kung i-force lang niya yan, no, hirap din eh. Kasi when you're eating, when you're chewing, part of that is the digestive system already starting. You have the enzymes in your mouth, no? Pero kung kakain lang yan, force feed lang yan, or chew feeding mo lang siya diretso dun sa stomach niya, then it basically disrupts the whole digestion. No? So the answer there is that instead of letting the cycle continue, you disrupt it. You disrupt the cycle by giving what the body needs. The nutrients and the minerals that are lacking, you give. Okay? So on the supplements that we have discussed, a lot of those would be focusing on the gut health, it would be focusing on the minerals and the vitamins that the body needs. No? So that is one angle that you can do. Rather than force feeding the patient, you give it supplementations first, no? Which would make the patient better, stronger, and it would now go to the next step, which is yung patient na ngayon mismo dahil kaya na niya, siya na yung maghahanap ngayon ng nutrition. No? Kapag natikman kasi ng body nutrition, eventually hanapin niya yan. One thing that you will notice is that when you're taking supplements for a long time, when you stop, nahanap ng katawan yan. No? They're saying, is it because ang problem is kapag nag-start na ako ng supplementation and nag-improve yung body ko, parang di na ako pwedeng tumigil. What happens is basically your body is happier. No? When it is happy, it's looking for that period. Gusto niya yun eh. Gusto niya yung healthy period niya. And yun yung nawawala kapag bigla nag-stop tayo ng supplementation, bumalik na naman sa dati, nag-crave yung katawan. So, most diseases are always they have something to do with the nutrition. Kapag ang nutrition natin hindi tama, it doesn't mean because we're not eating. No, some people are eating a lot, but the food that they're eating has no nutrition. And so, you end the cycle. You give the nutrition that the body needs, magre-repair siya, at gaganahin siya ulit. Kusa yun, babalik at babalik yung sa kanyang appetite din ulit, and it would repair the body. So, that's probably one suggestion that I'm giving you, that you end the cycle by giving the nutrients that the body needs, and siya mismo magre-recover yan. The body's intelligent, it can repair itself.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Ladies, anything you want to add?
That's why, Sir Nesem, we suggest na ipatake nyo na po sa father ninyo yung ating Miramin Q+, para po kagaya ng sinabi ni Doc kanina, matulungan po natin yung father ninyo na nanghihina po. We cut na po the cycle.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Next question. I think we're down to the last two questions. Okay. Last two questions. Huwag kayong mag-alala, okay, dun sa mga hindi nakapagtanong o dun sa mga hindi nabasa kung ano mang katanungan nila. This activity is something that we intend to do on a regular basis, okay? You just have to stay tuned para alam niyo kung kailan tayo magkakaroon ulit ng ganitong klaseng activity. Tapos, you have to pay closer attention para at least alam niyo maagap kayo. You can actually send your questions earlier. Okay po? Okay, we're down to the last two questions. This time, the question is coming all the way from Cebu City. From Sir Warren Guillermo. Warren Guillermo is asking, okay lang po ba na mag-take ng Herbiotic Slim Advance kahit na may heart condition? Okay, okay lang po ba na mag-take ng Herbiotic Slim Advance kahit may heart condition?
Okay, on the ingredients, no, I don't see any contraindication to the heart condition. Although very wide kasi yung when you say heart condition, no, there's so many other problems, anatomic, no, merong iba metabolic, yung iba is it's based on your respiration kaya tinamaan din yung heart, no. But without going to the specifics of your case, it can be minor or major, no. I don't see any contraindications on the ingredients. But like what we always say, that you have to clear it with your doctor, no. Kasi eventually, your doctor will be the one deciding on if you will take it or not. No? But as far as I'm concerned right now, I don't see any contraindications to taking it if you have a heart problem.
Okay, thank you. Ladies, anything else you want to add?
For me po, our Herbiotic Slim Advance is safe po. Though, syempre kailangan to consult sa physician. Pero for me, taking like one capsule of Herbiotic Slim Advance every day won't hurt because it also helps in our gut health na mag-balance ng good and bad bacteria. From there naman, it helps in the nourishment of our ang ating katawan, and it helps boost our immune system. Because apart from the prebiotics, probiotics, and also our extracts, ang extracts natin are full of antioxidants. Yung green tea, may catechins. As yung ating Garcinia din, merong mga flavonoids that could help boost our immune system din daily. So yun po. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, I think now we're down to our last question. Okay, the last question. Ito seriously, I'm also interested to hear the answer, okay? The question is coming from Ansherina. Okay, napaka-unique din ang name niya. Ansherina from Rizal, okay. May disadvantage po ba yung maraming mineral sa katawan? Is there such a thing? May disadvantage pa pag marami kang mineral sa katawan?
Okay. So, yes and no. No. The answer there is, how did you get the minerals in your body? So, if you got it through the vein, sinwero siya sa'yo, there's actually a very high chance that if you put a lot, you'll get an overdose. When you get it through the oral route, mas intelligent yung ating gastrointestinal tract that is able now to throw and to keep what it needs. So like say, for example, I give you a specific example. There are patients that have electrolyte problems, no? And when we correct the sodium and the potassium through the veins, ang taas ng possibility of complications with your correction. And usually we do a long correction, especially with sodium. But when you get it through the oral route, what happens is that the body has the ability of keeping what it needs and not accepting what it doesn't. Like say, for example, if it thinks it has too much magnesium, it throw lang yan. No, if it thinks it doesn't have enough sodium, then kukunin niya yan. Rather than going through the vein. Kasi na-bypass yung gastrointestinal tract through the vein eh. Diretso na yan. So, the chances of you getting an overdose through your vein is much, much higher compared to the oral route. No? On the oral, dun sa tablet natin, as far as having too much minerals, like I said, even water, there's such a thing as water toxicity. If you have too much water, like say, there are certain patients that tell me in the morning, when they wake up in the morning, they would not stop hanggang hindi nila natatapos ang 4 liters of water in one sitting. No? The kidney has a capacity lang yan to filter. So, it is being computed per patient kung ilan yung kidney's capacity to take out water that fast. We're always saying that water is good for you, but the dose also is very important, which means that you can spread it throughout the whole day. So, same as with your minerals. Your minerals, when you get them at a consistent day-to-day level, they are actually safer as compared to, for example, you would think, oh, baka masyadong kulang yung aking minerals. Gagawin ko, inom na ako ng marami. No. If it's too much, then of course, it's not good. So, yes and no ang sagot doon. Depends on the route, and also it depends on the quantity.
Ladies, anything you'd want to add? Okay, you're very good with that. Okay, at this point in time, I think we have come to the conclusion of our question and answer portion. Again, sincerely, wholeheartedly, Doc, on behalf of the entire management and staff of Q Dynamics Global, we thank you for accepting our invitation and taking time out of your busy schedule and guesting for us, okay? Sana, Doc, this wouldn't be the last. Really. Thank you. And Ms. Ritz, Ms. Joanne, thank you very much also. Salamat sa oras, okay? Guys, at this point in time, okay, hindi pa tayo tapos ha. Maging babala na to para sa lahat. Sa ngayon po, we will be giving you out another set of raffle items, but I'm telling you, it's not the last, okay? So you stay tuned and kindly watch your screens. Congratulations po to all our winners, okay? Before I move on with our program, okay? Bagamat papunta na tayo sa dulo, okay? Padulo na tayo. Again, gawin natin itong maliit, very gentle na babala, okay? Huwag kayong kukurap, huwag pa rin kayong aalis kasi hindi pa po tayo tapos. Okay po? I expect you guys to be with me, to be with us, for all of us to stay together until the end of the program. Ngayon po, meron akong isang tao na gustong i-introduce, okay? This is the woman behind everything about Q Dynamics, okay? She is the source of strength, she is the inspiration, she is the one and only sole reason why Q Dynamics actually ever existed, okay? Siguro naman hindi ko na kailangan ipakilala pa sa inyo to, okay? Ang mga hindi nakakakilala, hindi papalakpak at hindi sisigaw sa kanya, bahala talaga kayo sa buhay nyo, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the President and CEO of Q Dynamics Global Corporation, the one and only Dr. Delia Maceda.
Hello everyone! Sana po ay marami kayong natutunan sa intensive product training natin at mas nagkaroon ng kumpiyansa sa galing at bisa ng produkto ng Q Dynamics. The past year was particularly challenging dahil sa pandemya ay masinukat ang inyong mga kakayanan bilang distributors ng Q Dynamics. Pero kung may isang bagay ako natutunan sa crisis na hinarap natin, that is, you can never put a good QGC leader down. Walang imposible sa inyo. Year after year, magkasama natin sinasalubong ang bagong taon. Ang wish ko para sa ating lahat ngayong Kapaskuhan ay sana wag natin makalimutan ang rason kung bakit tayo bumabangon at lumalaban araw-araw. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Hindi importante kung ilang ulit kang bumagsak. Ang mas mahalaga ay tumayo ka at bumangon ng mas malakas at mas buo ang loob. Iyan ang tunay na tagumpay. Tuloy ang ikot ng mundo, tuloy ang buhay. Nasa ating mga kamay kung paano natin pagagandahin pa ang 2022. Let me take this opportunity to personally thank you for choosing Q Dynamics as your vehicle towards achieving your dreams. Asahan po nyo na gagawin po namin ang lahat ng aming makakaya to make success possible for all of you. Maraming salamat at happy holidays po sa inyong lahat.
Okay po. Number one, congratulations po sa lahat ng nanalo. Okay, congratulations. Sana po sa susunod, yung mga hindi nanalo, huwag kayong madadala, okay? Next activity, kindly be informed, buy your tickets early, register it early, and good luck. Definitely, we will be having this activity again, and I hope you can invite more people. Invite more people, whether distributors nyo, downlines nyo, or guests nyo, kindly bring them in because it is a one and only time we could actually discuss in detail, okay, with professional advice regarding our ingredients and our products, okay? Number two, Doc Del, thank you for your wonderful message, okay? Salamat po for always being a source of inspiration. Number three, sa lahat po ng taga-Q Dynamics, MAPA staff, the management, okay, our beloved distributors, Salamat po sa lahat ng pagmamahal, pagsatsaga, okay? To God be all the glory. Thank you and good afternoon, everybody.